Uniforms. All secondary schools in the United States should require all students to wear school uniforms in school. My sole contention is academic achievement. Subpoint A. School uniforms increase academic achievement. Brobeck, degree Master of Arts in Teaching in Hamline University, wrote in 2018. Academic achievement is considered a main reason why many school districts choose to implement school uniform policies. And by using data from the original study, there is found statistic positive correlation between test scores and uniform use. Subpoint B. Here's my warrant. Brobeck, degree in Master of Arts in Teaching in Hamline University, wrote in 2018. Appropriate on-task behaviors allow for students to focus on learning, therefore potentially improving their academic performance. Uniforms can significantly improve many areas of a school, including their academic achievement. Subpoint C. Academic achievement is the most important because having a better test score can lead to a higher GPA, which can benefit students when they go into high school or university.
Good.
49秒钟。
是它50秒。其实一刚开始的时候，你可以稍微慢一点，因为你还有10秒钟。可以刚开始的时候可以稍微慢一点点。
You're supposed to go this fast.
对呀、他那个关控制不了，讲不完更惨。
但是它有10秒的，你还有10秒，就是
我不知道
后面那个速度就是很棒，前面那个就稍微快了一点点。OK，very good.
Very good.
Questions from the audience.
Okay, you said that the uniform can improve the academic performance. Any evidence? Increased by what percentage?
Okay, well, there is no specific percentage, but it is statistically, so it's statistically found that there's a positive correlation, and it is a study made by Bodine, which is a trusted person that is working with Brobeck, which has a degree in Master of Arts and Teaching. So.
Okay, good.
That's from the data of the public, right?
No, it's from a professor and someone that has a degree in Master of Arts in Teaching.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Is there any theory behind this data?
Any what?
Any theory?
Theory.
Not that I know of, but they used actual data and research, and it is statistical.
Okay.
Okay,
Good.
good.
Okay, Ryan.
Okay.
Okay.
U negates. All secondary schools in the United States should require all students to wear school uniforms at school. My sole contention is individuality. Chen, educational researcher and writer, as well as a teacher, wrote in 2008. When children select their own clothing, they're able to develop confidence and independence, characteristics vital to personal growth when they reach an adult and success. Denying students the ability to express individuality harm them as an adult, where in the real world, they will be indeed judged by what clothes they wear. Subpoint B. Individuality is important. It's an important factor for personal development because students need to learn to choose their own clothing and be confident and independent instead of relying on wearing school uniforms.
Okay.
Finish.
Finish.
Okay. 48 seconds. Good.
Okay.
48 seconds? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you said that the uniform could reduce individuality, right?
Yeah.
So any evidence, any research prove that?
No.
So why you come up with this conclusion?
I got this information from Chen, which is an educational researcher and writer as well as a teacher, and she wrote a website she wrote an article about how uniforms decrease individuality.
Okay. So you have the
she wrote an
research
But
paper.
this is a research, or
it's a
do you have, does he or does she has any? Did she have any evidence to support that, data to support that?
No, she doesn't.
So they don't have the data support their document, right? No, their article. Okay,
The
but
argument.
anyway, is he wrote an article or internet?
Yeah.
Okay, publicly. Okay.
Okay, good. Okay, the second.
And what is next step?
Next.
90 seconds
90 seconds for what?
for rebuttal.
Okay, rebuttal.
Okay.
Okay.
Start.
Answers to uniforms decrease individuality. Link turns. Uniforms increase individuality. Rodriguez, Master of Arts degree, graduate school at Rowan University, wrote in 05. Brookman did 1998 did a study if school uniforms had an effect on self-esteem. Participants were 335 randomly selected 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. The results showed that the students attending schools with uniforms had significantly higher levels of self-esteem than the students attending schools without uniforms. Academic achievement outweighs individuality because students should not worry about the clothes they wear and how they stand out from one another, but schoolwork. And students can express themselves on the weekends after school or even in other ways not regarding uniforms, like talking about their interests or in the summer. My card is better than his card because I have data and a warrant, which is something he lacks. since he only has a warrant, and since he only has a warrant, his evidence, he does not have any data to prove it. But I have data and a warrant, so you should trust my source better, or my card better. Okay.
OK， 1分02秒，
1分02秒而已哎，
No.
可以早点的呢。
没有，就是1 minute， 就是
那
Sophie，就是不用讲那么快，因为那么快的话，别人会听不清楚你讲的话的。那个 presentation 的话，你可以稍微讲，你不如再试一下讲慢一点，因为你有1分半钟，因为你现在只是讲了1分钟，讲慢一点，稍微慢一点，你再试一次好吗 ？OK。
他1分钟其实是可以接受的，是吧？
1分半。
No, 1:30 is like the maximum.
对啊，所以我1分钟是 OK 的，对不对？
1分钟可以，但是我就说，你希望你可以把你刚刚那段话讲得慢一点，你试一下那种感觉，因为那个太快了，那个已经是不应该是 debate 出现的这个语速，明白吗
Okay.
？OK， 你再试一下，1分半钟你绝对是可以讲完的。OK， 慢一点，正常的速度。OK，Go。
Sorry 一点。
Answers to uniforms decrease individuality. Link term uniforms increase individuality. Rodriguez, Master of Arts degree, graduate school at Rowan University, wrote in 2005. Bergman, 1998, did a study if school uniforms had an effect on self-esteem. Participants were 335 randomly selected 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students. The results showed that the students attending schools with uniforms had significantly higher levels of self-esteem than the students attending schools without uniforms. Academic achievement outweighs individuality because students should not worry about the clothes they wear and how they stand out from one another, but schoolwork. Students can express themselves in other ways, like talking about their interests and expressing themselves through the clothes they wear on the weekends, after schools, or in the summer. My card is better than his card because I have data and a warrant, which is something that he does not have. My
Good.
opponent only has a warrant, and since I have a warrant and data, my card is stronger and provides more data than his card.
你看你这个才1分08秒，
对啊，他讲的是蛮快
所。以其实你还可以再慢一点，然后 Sophie， 你可以再看过来，再看一下
看一下
中间的那个讲话的时候停顿一下。
But you don't do that. Like no one done that. Like no one just like pauses and then look up and then continue. Like they just read.
OK， 我知道你们的同学是这么做。OK，Sophie， 但是所有的 speech， 所有的 debate 都不应该这么样做的。我不知道这个可能这个，因为你们是比较 entry level， 没有，我 share 我的 experience 给你听，
Okay.
明白吗？就是说我现在就是说你们很流畅啦，但是任何人坐在面前，然后呢，你就对着那个 computer 去读，这个是
一定是不对的，
一定是不对的。
Okay.
Whatever reason， 这是不对的。
或者是最后 good 的 staff 不是这样的，但是作为 entry level 可能没办法，
对，
你知道吗？可能没办法。
你们全部都是新的，所以 entry level 所有人都是这么读的话，可能老师就没有跟你讲。但是我可以跟你讲，
优秀的，
不是优秀的，一个正常的 debate 不可以这样子做的，
Okay.
明白吗 ？Ryan 明白吗？所以 Ryan 的话，其实你讲的慢一点，然后看过来，其实这个是非常重要的。Sophie 你知道吧
Okay.
？OK。
对，然后还有一个呢，就是有些 conclusion 呢，你要讲的后面呢，就是说 OK，my debate is better than his because his no evidence at all。你明白我的意思吗？很收敛，很慢，很 strong， 这样是不是更 convincible？ 是不是？对啊。
对啊。
然后又看着你看就是看着你 ，yes， 这样就让人家你就更那个 feel 更 confident 这样。
debate 的话，你除了你的 evidence 之外，还有另外一个非常重要的，就是你怎么样去讲这句话，
口气。
对你的语气，因为你跟 Ryan 都有一个问题，就是说你们全部只是把你们写的东西全部读出来。
Okay.
你要求太高了，这是第2个 level， 现在他们才是 entry level。
不是，因为他们已经过了 entry level 了 ，OK， 所以我就觉得 Sophie 和 Ryan 是应该，
他现在能力已经是很好了。
第二步 ，Sophie， 第二步是 eye contact。
Okay.
一定要有 eye contact， 所有的 speech 和 debate 一定要有 eye contact， 没有 eye contact 的 debate 是 fail 的，
Okay.
明白吗？
就妈妈现在用第2个 level 甚至第3个 level 来跟你们要求，或者是告诉你们下步应该去到哪个 level， 知道吗？
知道吧？
这样讲话很 solid。对，好
OK，好
接下来 Ryan。
Okay. Answer to school uniforms increase academic achievement. No link. School uniform have no effect on academic achievement. Dubner, American journalist, author, broadcaster, and radio host, wrote in 2011. According to a study done by researcher at the University of Houston, school uniforms seem to be decently effective at improving student attendance level and teacher retention, but have no impact on improving students' academic achievement. For the data, researchers looked at the effect the school uniform had in a large urban school in the southwest United States. And we found no evidence that a school uniform have lasting impact on the achievement level, on the achievement grade retention. And individuality is more important than academic achievement because it is important for personal growth and outweighs academic achievement because individuality determines who you are. And you don't have individuality, how can you live your life or make money if you have only academic achievement? And for the card comparison, my card is better than his because my data is way more trustworthy than his. Like hers. My data is done by the University of Houston, where a bunch of researchers did a survey on a school, where compared to hers, like her data came from, I don't know, she didn't mention where she came from, and for a constructive, she only mentioned statistically and something like that, and she didn't mention like any numbers or anything. She just mentioned statistically and like that's it.
OK, very good.
Good。
Good.
对啊，你可以不需要讲很多，就是有偶尔看一下我们，你知道吗？在你觉得可以不会 miss 掉下一个 topic 或者下一句话的时候，要这样脸朝一下 audience 这样。Good。
OK，
然后
下一个
下来是什么
The third one, 120 seconds.
？120 seconds， 那
就
2分
2分
钟。
钟 OK，
是
好，
summary 吗？
Yeah.
对
OK
summary OK good.
Good。
I win this debate because I have more data and warrant. They say that uniforms. They say that uniforms decrease academic achievement, but uniforms increase academic achievement because Extend Robeck 2018. There is evidence that shows that there's significant positive correlation between test scores and uniform use, and that academic achievement is a big reason and why school districts even choose to implement uniform policies. Here's my warrant. Appropriate on-task behaviors can allow students to focus on their learning, which can improve their academic performance, and uniforms can significantly improve many areas of a school, also including academic achievement. For my extend impact calculus, they say school individuality outweighs academics, but academics outweigh individuality because they said that if you don't have individuality, you can't make money. But this is not true because if you're dumb, you cannot get a job because you are not worthy of getting a job, and it does not matter if you have self-esteem or confidence because even if that can help, academic achievement is the most important part to getting a job or getting money. Extend card comparison. They say that they have better author qualifications, but Okay, they say my source is bad. Okay, you said something like that. But my source is good because he says that my rebuttal did not have a specific university, but it clearly showed that Rodriguez had a degree in Master of Arts in Rowan University and did graduate school there, and he just assumed that I did not talk about the universities and the author qualifications. Extend rebuttal. They say that individuality outweighs academics, but academics outweigh individuality because Extend Rodriguez 05. There is evidence in a study that shows that school uniforms have an effect on self-esteem, and it's a positive effect because students attending schools with uniforms had higher levels of self-esteem than the students attending without uniforms. Extend card comparison. My card is better than his card because I have a data and warrant, and this is important because his constructive had no data whatsoever, while my constructive had a strong data and warrant, which is better than just a warrant that is not strong because it does not have any data to back it up, and I do, which is why I win this debate.
Good.
What's the time?
Timing is not important, okay?
It's not important.
Okay, what's the time though?
No.
3 minutes.
3, exactly. That's what I said. You have to talk fast.
No, OK，你可以弄短点，但是我们很喜欢你现在讲话的这种
对，
收敛。
你知道我为什么不
真的
stop 吗？这个才是你的
真正的
conclusion 的那个才是真正应该要有的。这个
你可以
speed 慢一点，你可以把内容少一点，然后呢，你的那个但是语气要坚 firm， 然后呢要看 audience，
收敛，
明白吗？
这
才是最对的。
你可以少一个 point 都可以。
你可以把那个东西内容可能就是缩短一点，不要讲那么低。
或者你稍微讲快一点点。
对，可能会稍微快一点点，明白吗？所以我没 stop 你，就是因为我觉得你这个是 perfect 的，明白吗？这是 the good way，the start，the very good way。当我们可以看一下，在 YouTube 里面找一下那些 debate 给你看一下，明白吗？
你们知道吗？
你们看过吗？你们看过别人 debate 吗？
应该看过。他们讲的都是这么快的吗？还是慢一点的？
他们全部是什么？
快一点。
他们就比你讲的稍微快一点，但是有没有很快？然后他有没有 eye contact to audience？ 有的嘛，对不对？
有，一定有。
OK， 没关系的啦，这个都是两方面这样去 share 了，妹妹知道吗？我们 OK， all right。
I win this debate because my data is way more trustworthy than hers. Extension 08. Uniforms decrease individuality because when students select their own clothing, they're able to express themselves through their clothing and develop confidence and independence. Where in the future, when they're adult, it is really important for when they're adult because when they're adult, they didn't pick their own clothing, and the world would judge you based on what you wear too. And extend impact calculus. Individuality outweighs academic achievement because individuality is more important than just mere grades or test scores. Like, it's more important to express yourself, have confidence, have self-esteem than just for a test score. Like, what's the point of having a test score if you don't know how to use individuality and socialize with people, and you're basically you don't know anything but 1 + 1.
Yeah.
And extend the card comparison. My data is way more trustworthy than hers because for her constructive, her data is just statistically. That's it. That's all. She just says statistically it helps. That's it. There's not no actual data and doesn't mention who did the research. And for rebuttal, she said that her author is Rodriguez, which is a Master of Arts degree and is trustworthy. However, he got that information from someone else, and that someone else is called Burgerman. However, she never mentioned what Burgerman did. So for all we know, maybe Burgerman is just a scammer who tries to scam people. No, it doesn't matter. And we don't know what Burgerman does. Meanwhile, my data is from researchers in
what?
In University of Houston.
Yeah,
and it's really trustworthy. And extend rebuttal. Uniforms increase academic achievement because students will be able to focus on studying instead of their clothes, and it's also proven by researchers by the University of Houston. And my card is better because my data is better than hers.
Good.
Good.
2分半钟。
2分半钟，你看2个我都让你们
Vote。
好，要我吗？
我 vote 妹妹。
我有哥哥。
OK good。
Good
因为我觉得妹妹她 change 了以后，她 adapt 得很好。
对啊，我觉得哥哥今天有很大的 improvement， 因为呢，你不单只有那个 eye contact， 然后呢，你还有一个 gesture， 这样子会 show your 很有 confidence。 明白吗？那个 debate 和 speech 那个 gesture 是很重要的。
对啊。
对啊，哎，到时候可以给 Sophie， 你可以看一下哥哥的那个 gesture， 明白吗？对啊，因为
OK， 我们的意见都是给你们参考，明白我的意思吗？
对啊
因为不同的 level 会有不同的感觉的，知道吗？我们只是 share 一下我们的看法，因为你们是 entry level， 也是第一次参加、
对啊，你们只是第一
所以
次参加那个 debate 嘛。
你们 follow 你们的 follow your heart，follow your mind， 我们的话 for your reference， 知道吗？因为你们毕竟是跟专业的老师做的。OK，very good。Yeah，I'm proud of you。OK， 看过来。